How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Bear Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of Indiana-born bitsy lager time in the form of Daredevil Brewing's Vacation, i.e., their Kölsch. Or Kölsch style ale. Sorry, got to say that because I say Kölsch to be like, well, it's not really from Germany or whatever, and then people freak out. So I Kölsch style ale. It's kind of like saying Belgian style ale or whatever. Anyway, Daredevil Brewing Vacation Kölsch. This is probably about the maybe 5th, 6th, 7th beer I've had from Daredevil. I ended up doing a crowler of Daredevil beer from down there via my buddy Joel. He dropped off some stuff, and he used to live down the street from me. He'd drop off stuff every now and then. We live, decent bit apart. Still friends, just don't procure beers that often from him anymore. But he ended up dropping off a thing at Daredevil, and I dug it. The owner actually reached out and he's like, "Hey man, dig the reviews. I'd love to send you some beers." And he did that, and he sent me off a couple beers, and it's been about a year or so, and he dropped another 4 spot on me. So thank you very much, dude. I am going to rip through this, see what she's got, go from there. As far as what it says on the can, it says Vacation Kölsch style ale, an authentic Kölsch style ale brewed with the finest German malts, hops, yeast. Is a crisp, clean, refreshing match for everyday relaxation. 5% alcohol by volume. On the back here it says Daredevil Brewing electric, aggressively fun beers is not for the timid. Fortunately, the only thing we like better than a challenge is drinking the end result. This was canned, let's see, February 5th, 2018. Kölsch. Not too big of a deal as far as date-wise. That puts it right almost about 4 months old, 5 months old for me, being that it's, 28th of June. So, label-wise, it's all right. It's a big badge with the word vacation on it, and there's a planet behind it, and like sun rays and stuff. So there you go. So let's dive into it. So Kölsch, we're looking for a small, clean, crisp, refreshing, as it says on the front there. A little lagered ale, nice little golden deliciousness. Nothing too crazy, but the American versions of Kölsches and things like that sometimes can get a little bit out there, but Daredevil tends to be a little bit more traditional style, so I expect as much. Look at that. You could burn and kill a billion ants with that. That's how magnifying glass clear that is. The head wasn't around for all that long. Just clean as glass, so that shouldn't be an issue. And what is left behind is a crystal clear golden deliciousness of Kölschiness. Gonna spill everything everywhere. Trying to give it a whirl, see if we can generate a head on there. Poured a little bit too much in the glass. Such is life. Let's see if we can get a nose. Yeah, I'm actually getting a little bit of spiciness there. Almost like there's a touch of, like a little bit of extra spicy hop, but it actually comes off as just a drab of wryness to me. I don't know why. I'm getting that nice Pilsner malt in there. A little bit of that bitterness, that spiciness probably coming from those hops. There's a nice sweetness to it, nothing over the top. Doesn't smell, has that soft lager yeastiness, and that's pretty much it. Smells like a chugger, looks like a chugger. That head dissipating that quickly kind of bothers me a little bit, but we'll see what's what. Cheers. It's a Kölsch, baby. Super clean, refreshing, super drinkable. The sweetness, the way the malt comes off, it's kind of that nice sweet maltiness with a little bit, again, that spiciness is coming from the hops. It's not coming from rye, even though the nose kind of gave me that indication. Getting almost a little bit of touch of kind of wheat vibe or a little husky kind of vibe in there. So a little bit more of the malt base than I'm typically used to. But again, it's microns bigger than what I'm used to. I'm talking about kind of super traditional style here. Not that they're bastardized versions. They're the very fun versions that a lot of American breweries do. The hop presence is nice there. A little bit of spiciness along with that bitterness. Not over the top. The sweetness definitely leads the way. Nice, clean, crisp, refreshing. And there is a little bit of carbonation actually in there when you sip it. The head kind of threw me for a loop. I thought it was going to be like super flat and super watery, but there is a little bit of carbonation kind of inside there to kind of give you a little bit of that soft kind of mouthfeel, just enough to kind of get you past that kind of look at that head. In a perfect world, it'd be a little bit more kind of, I don't even want to use the word effervescent, but a little bit more kind of active to where it gave me just a little bit more. I don't want a lot. I don't want it to be crazy champagne-like. It was a little bit low on the carb side. But all in all, pretty damn tasty beer. Not too shabby. Like I said, it's super clean glass. Just washed it right now, so there's no nefariousness going on in this sucker. Super drinkable. Listen, Daredevil. I've had some really nice stuff from them. Stuff on the hoppy end of things that are quite nice. Whether it be just your just kind of traditionally hop stuff or your extra hop, dry hop kind of stuff. But really, what they've shined for me is a lot of their kind of old school traditional styles. They sent me an old Oktoberfest. They sent me this time. They sent me a Kölsch. They sent me a Marzen. They sent me a bunch of kind of older style beers, and I think they execute those quite well. Not that the hop forward stuff isn't great. It's fantastic, and I dig the shit out of it. But for me, someone who kind of got in a beer one a long time ago, those gray hairs kind of shining through, I do enjoy me some of the old traditional styles when they're done well in that traditional style. Like I said, a lot of American brewers tend to take these kind of cultures and dry hop and go ape shit crazy with them when you're getting them in the way they're intended and done well. It's a pretty damn tasty thing, and this is kind of up for the task, I guess you'd say. So let's talk about it. It's one of the better Kölsches I've had as of late. It's nice. Does it get in there? I think that little bit of carbonation kind of just keeps it out of that upper echelon for me, but at the same time, if I was at the brewery, this would definitely be something I'd be able to chug on all day. Value and availability, no idea. Maybe Mark down there at Daredevil can actually chime in, let us know what's what, and leave you with, if you like what, will you like this? If you like Kölsch, if you like small, Pilsner, if you like, burps, excuse me, Pilsner, Kölsch, Keller beers, those kind of smaller, kind of German-style chuggable beers, if you like those, definitely worth giving a whirl. Conversely, it's a very nice kind of gateway beer into craft from your whole kind of adjunct lagery stuff, your macro beers, I guess you'd say. Not necessarily that you're going to see a marked difference. Sure, in quality and cleanliness, you're going to see that, but it's to go into a brewery and actually drink this, and then work yourself up across the kind of tap handles from this. It'd be a nice little kind of a gateway for a lot of people out there. So I don't talk about the gateway beers all that much because I think people like what they like. But if you're coming from that kind of whole, ABM Bev world, this would definitely be a nice little foot in the door for you to get a little comfy before you dive head first. So there you go. Another review in the books down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the podcasting stuff, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little Kölsch right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.